Welcome back, everybody, after us taking quite a lengthy little spring break. I'm Sonia Choquette, here with my beautiful daughter, Sonia Tully, and it's all related. Hi, Son.
Hi, Mom. What an absolute delight to be connecting with you. We've both been just like ships in the night, busy, busy, busy. You especially. What's new?
All over the place. Well, I finished a very gorgeous six intimate goddess camp salon here in London. Well, I'm not in London. I'm actually in Paris right now, but when I was in London 2 weeks ago, and now I'm in the middle of a intimate immersion course and ask your guides here in Paris with an intimate little group. So I have been having a lot
Oh,
of fun with some actual intimate interaction
humans.
with people. Yes, it's just been so great. And I also am finishing up my Read Life. I just finished my Read Life mastermind training. So it's like I've been busy teaching. That's
Woohoo.
really
Woohoo. Congratulations. Right. Right now I am teaching my psychic university level 2. It's online, but gosh, it's such a treat when you really do get to connect in a group in a small and like in that it was intimate groups. It's
I
just
love it.
it just reminds me of growing. It reminds me of even just from being so little to where I
No,
would
it's
watch the
good.
edges to getting older and older and older. And if I think back to, for a long time you taught a bunch of trainings in Chicago and the burbs for
Oh,
years. And I mean, I still listen to the recordings, honestly. It's so
but
cool. But the
there's
just the it's such a community. It's
it's
just
just
a
always been a part
community.
of our family. My mom taught people it in the home, and I've always loved it and want to continue. It's something about that small group that just really, and I think that ancient wisdom keepers have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years this way. So it's a particular way of connecting and teaching that I don't think I'll ever want to give up.
No, me neither. Me neither. And I just see now more. I forget, but I forget because I have us as our family. Too so much
Right.
of our world has moved towards like bigger classrooms or even bigger online spaces. So to have those believing eyes, it's the teaching is wonderful, the tools are wonderful, but really to be able to engage with for as my students, their fellow classmates, but even myself, just getting,
Yeah.
we get a vibe, but to build a deeper relationship. And I feel like communities, and especially our spiritual communities, our communities in our neighborhoods or wherever you are, whenever I get overwhelmed about just the state of the world, when I can go back to the immediate,
Right. Just
it's such a
our
reminder of just of our power, of our connectedness, of just what it really, what life is actually about.
Well, these intimate groups really are some of the most rewarding experiences, even the intimate online groups.
Oh
I just
yeah.
because I honestly, for me, it's just the same as being there.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm doing right now. My
So,
psychic
so,
university
so
level
good.
too. I'm like all my friends.
Just
They're my
lovely.
students, but they're my crew.
Yeah, there really is a kinship and a bonding and just launch people's, I like to call it launching your rocket. I love launching people's rockets and
That is, you are the
really,
fire spirit. You were like, let's go, baby. You like a
yeah, let's
slingshot.
get you going. Let's get you going. Let's get you out of whatever rut you have found yourself in, and let's move you to where your spirit really soars. And that's what I've been up to big time in the last month. But it's winding down, so I'm very excited to be back online and back on our podcast because I've missed you.
Me too. Me too. I've missed you too. I've missed connecting like this because it's so much fun. I also was thinking about you so hard because last year you were here for Jazz Fest.
Yes, I can't believe a whole year has gone by, and Jazz Fest was the highlight of my year last year. So, and I just said to you just the other day, I am going to find a way to get there. I am not going to wait another year. I'm coming to see you at some
No,
point.
no, for sure. It's happening. It's happening, ma'am.
It's going to happen. Yes. And so now I'm off to LA next week and you're off to Montana.
I know. I'm so thrilled to be a part of teaching. I am just absolutely thrilled, just in that same way of going and teaching. It's so funny because it's having taught so many different taught throughout the years. I had my vet in Florida. Shout out to one of our soul family, TJ, and this time again. And I was even just reflecting on all of the Sonias and just teaching. And I'm like, oh wow, now I'm not the Robin to the Batman. I'm not the co-pilot. I
You
get to
are
pilot the
the
plane.
Batman. Yes, you're doing. Tell us about your workshop again. It sounds just. It's in Montana, which is going to be just gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, I think by the time this is out, we probably will
It'll,
be on, I think,
it'll
the
be
other
fun,
side. Yeah, it'll
but
be on because
still,
it's May
we can
16th, but
still
still
talk
my
about
event.
it.
So we are having an intimate group. It's in Montana. We have shout out Tracy. Thank you so much for inviting me. Small intimate group of I teach four workshops. I'm the a keynote, and then she has a community of different body healers, energy workers. So in some ways, it's almost like a mini translucent
Yeah,
you. That's a shout out to our own family stuff, a family workshop that we put on for
in
forever
5
and
to
ever.
13 years.
Yeah. So they have yoga, breath work, massages, workshops with me, different options. But I'm always so excited to see what people create. And I am so thrilled to be a part of the team.
Yeah, of what the group is. That
Yeah.
sounds so wonderful. That sounds
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. And
So
you're on your way. Yeah. And you're on your way. You're going to LA. You're
I'm
going
going to go on
to,
to LA. I'll be working with Mind Valley doing the Manifestation Summit, which is going to be very exciting because I love to teach people to manifest. I mean, my book, Your Heart's Desire, was my second book, Creating Your Life You Really Want. So that should be fun. It's
I
going
know
to
I
be
was just recommending that
out.
to a client just the other day. But one of my favorite places to see you, the channel, because you really do. You channel when you're on a stage in front of, I mean, you do in other things, but in things like that, there is a part of your
All the teacher
humor,
guides come
your,
through.
yeah,
They love
just
it.
your past life of your vaudeville and your guides and
It's like
yourself. I mean,
all coming through, all fun facts are coming through. It's really so I'm looking forward to it. Today I want to talk about something that comes up a lot with people. A lot of people are asking me about because as we teach intuition and connecting with your spirit, a big question is what are oracle cards? And so many people are a lot of people love them. Some people are scared of them. So
yeah.
we should demystify that a little bit because I love oracle cards. I've created enough oracle cards. And I actually think people should create their own oracle cards.
I actually just I was just thinking myself that I might create my own deck of oracle cards that are kazoo, boo themed. That's a whole other tip. But oracle cards are such a beautiful way to connect with your intuition, your guides, your hearts. I feel like that's one of our very first things that we started with. Not even just cards, tarot, any of it. That's how you started us with Sabrina and I at the
Right.
very, 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 very beginning. We weren't even reading, but we would
Right. It
pull.
was just playing with the cards. That's how I learned with my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah,
And it's like, so I think that people need to know that cards are these picture books
yeah.
that connect you to your inner self. They connect you to parts of you that you are out of touch with. They connect you to your higher self. They connect you to your guides. But some people think they're connecting you to some outside authority that
Right,
is going to tell you what to do. So
right.
I think that's where people get a bad feeling about cards or scared. And that's not at all what they're about. They're about, my mom said they're telephones to,
Mm,
and each card is a conversation on the phone. It's like
yeah.
this works like you're going to talk with your guides, your higher self, and your higher self is going to make a suggestion
Yes.
card.
Yes. Yes.
And that you
Yes.
get to think about or be pointed in a direction through the cards that you might not consider. Like today, I was racing around. I have my class tonight. I have lots of things to do. And I sat down and my Oracle deck was sitting right in front of me. And I thought, okay, I'm going to just take a card and see what my higher self has to suggest. So I shuffled the cards for a minute and I pulled out the card rest. And I had to laugh. I thought, man, talk about telling me exactly, giving me a really good piece of advice right in the moment. Just said rest,
Yeah.
helper guides. So I said, okay, I am going to unplug the to-do list and I'm going to actually sit here for 30 minutes because I was going to run out next door and get some water and tea and things for my class tomorrow. And I
This
thought, no, I'm going to just,
ma'am loves a to-do list. You love
I
it.
do
We
have a
cross. You
to-do
do.
list.
You do. We
I
if
do.
you can cross something off that
Oh my
list,
God, makes my day.
oh,
We,
cross it
but
off the
it's so
list.
funny because I was sitting and resting, and my assistant Laura, who's here in Paris, texted me and she said, I got the hit that I need to get you some water and flowers for tomorrow, which was exactly what I was going to be running out the door to do. So I said to my helper guides, thank you. Now this resting is something I can really relax into. It's really funny. And I think if I had not, what just made it so wonderful is I had pulled that card.
Right. Right. And also just the spontaneity of just I see that even as a moment of you have in the moment, you have in that pull even from your own guides and intuition to say, hey,
Exactly.
that there's just a moment of, you know what? Let's just see what comes up. The curiosity that pulls the
Right.
exact card.
And I always say you should use an oracle for suggestions.
Yeah. Well,
That if you need
yeah.
some
So,
suggestions, you need some guidance, but you're not going to be told what to do. You're going to be advised in how to view or approach or consider something. So I really feel like it's important as that we encourage people use the oracles, and you don't even have to even be mine. There's so many fantastic oracles out there. I
whatever
used
you
to
resonate
have
with,
I
whatever you
used to
resonate with.
have, I think it's in the storage space that we left in Chicago, but I used to have, remember, a collection of Oracle
Oh,
decks.
for sure. I
I
know
think
I
I
do.
had like 40 decks from my whole life.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when you're opening up to oracle cards, also is you're never just, and this is with intuition too. I hear this as well because the oracle cards are just another phone line to, as
Right,
you were saying, to your higher self.
right.
And you're first in our world, your guides, angels, your intuition, your higher self always supports your free will choice. So
Yeah.
whatever you decide, you're not opening yourself to any malevolent forces. Truth is, you're
Or
not.
even control on any level.
No, no. What you're just doing is opening. To me, how I think of it is, I am opening to deeper listening that bypasses my intellect because we're working with images. Then you can go to the book. But
Exactly. You first just look at the image. A picture tells 1,000 words.
yeah, and where not only the picture tells 1,000 different words, but it activates your own intuition, your own imagination, that same portal, your own guidance, and again, choice. If
Well,
you say,
another
okay,
thing that's
I pulled
really
the card that's rest, it's like that's
okay.
my guidance. I have choice, but
I have choice.
I have
I just
choice.
sit and thought, I thought that's really interesting that the guides would just tell me of all the things, just rest. I mean, it could have been a better suggestion. And, I have a fun story about Oracle decks
Tell me.
because a lot of intellectual people really poo-poo an oracle deck. And I have a
Oh, well, I mean,
client
they really intellectual people poop a lot of things.
that people poo-poo-pooing. So anyway,
People love a poo poo. Who doesn't love a poo poo? Oh, mm,
heady people love to poo-poo.
oh yeah.
So my client, I had a client in Chicago, and she was a lawyer, and she was going to her friend's bridal shower.
Okay.
And she gave everybody in the bridal shower, including the bride, to be my Ask Your Guides Oracle deck. And the bride to be was also a really ambitious woman lawyer. And she was like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. What a fun gag gift, And it was
Yeah.
like, just
No.
diminished it as just silliness and junk. So she said, you know what? Don't be so sure. Just put it in your desk at work. This could be useful.
Give
So
it a
then,
try.
so then she did. The bride took the
Right.
deck to work and put it in her drawer. And then she got this sudden email, and it was for a request. It was an outreach from someone she went to high school with that she did not know very well.
Okay.
Talking to her as if they were good old friends, just reaching out to you. And I was just wondering, since we're friends, that maybe I could use you as a referral for a job, which she thought was a bit strange. It wasn't, they were not friends, but they were more acquaintances, and they hadn't
Right.
been 12 years. So she said, she spontaneously she said, for whatever reason, she looked in the drawer, got the deck out, like, what is this?
Why not? Why
Got the
not?
deck,
All of a sudden, a little curiosity. We're open. Sure.
shuffled the deck, and then she pulled out the card, deceit. And
Mm.
then I decided to Google him, do a little research on him, look him up on the internet. And I found out that he had been incarcerated, which he had failed to mention on the, hey, checking in, we're all good friends, need a job referral. And she said, the weird thing is, had he been up front and gave me a little backstory,
Yeah.
I may have actually been more receptive to being supportive if I knew what was up. But he just bypassed that, and it was total deceit. But she said,
Mm.
the bride wrote me an email and said, oh my God, I thought this was such a joke. But this is now I can't. And then she was like so blown away. It's almost too much, it's like too much the other way. But now, and then she said, the only reason I think of that is I recently heard from her again. And she said, I haven't talked to you in 20 years, but I still use your cards. And now I want to, book an appointment. But it was interesting that those cards, she said, changed her life, because she
Mm.
started considering an element of divine support that she never, ever crossed her mind. So I was like, that's why
It's
oracles are so powerful.
they are. I first I It's always my favorite when people poo poo. I'm unattached. Do you? Whatever.
If
It's
it's not
okay.
doesn't phase you, no problem.
There's that. But I'm also like, give it a try. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
And then
feel
the
the
circle
conversion.
back, the circle back. Oh, I've 100%. I have a friend here who she's a newer friend. Hello, really supportive, really sweet, kind of kind of new to all this stuff. Very, very, very new.
Very new
I
to the
mentioned her on the podcast a million years ago of how I went to a dinner. I guess she invited me to a girls' dinner, and they didn't know me. And one of the first things that they just started talking about was how terrible and annoying empathic people are, which at the time I was like, yeah, I totally get it. But they were just pooing all these different stuff. Anyway, it was just a funny, funny thing. But I was talking to her about different cards. She came over to my house, and I have a collection. And she curious, but I don't know if I totally. And I'm like, well, let's just give it a shot. You want to find
you're
a deck?
nervous,
Here's the
judgy, but
layout.
then you know
What
nothing.
resonates? Yeah, here's a layout. See, is there anything that speaks to you? Just give it a shot. And I I remember it was actually your Ask Your Guides deck. And earlier we were talking about she was going through a tough time and she was just learning how to navigate going through a breakup, all this different stuff. It's really sensitive, empathic. And, she pulled boundaries, boundary card. And you know what was the exact thing she's been
Missing.
needing to work on? Her boundaries. And it was just such a zinger as our conversation throughout the entire time that we hung out. And I'm like, here, give us that. What does it say? And guess who now has
Is
a
converted.
collection? Guess who has a collection? Guess who now sends me her decks that she loves, which I love too. I'm like, it's
I love the conversion. And this is something your Aunt Lou says is we need oracles because our worlds have become too sterile and have lost the mystery. But
yeah.
oracles reintroduce the mystery. They reintroduce the like, I don't know it all. I get to get a gift or surprise support
Mm,
instead of the sterile, intellectual, give me the data. And I just was thinking that is so the mystery and the mystical and the magical are what oracles bring. And I don't know who would have a problem with that.
Hello, my sweet friends. It's Sonia Tully. And here's one thing I know for sure. Your head and your heart are meant to be the best of friends. And when you live life inside out, your head and heart are one. Being an intuitive, connected soul is all about remembering who you are and uncovering your gems. It is my mission to help you trust your intuition so that you plug back in and reconnect to your authentic self. Check out my soul readings. We'll look deeply at your soul lessons and find your purpose. We'll answer your big burning questions like, what is holding me back in life? Or what's the right job for me? We'll look at what's going on for you right now and give you grounded steps to bring your life into alignment with your true self. There is nothing more that I love than helping people live spontaneously and awaken their inner guide. I can't wait to help you come home. Visit my website, soniatully.com, to learn about the ways I can work with you so that you'll dance through life with clarity and confidence.
I just even to that same point, now with our world, with like ChatGPT, all these different things, we have all these tools and resources. And I just watched a clip the other day that said, you can use ChatGPT to read your tarot cards. And I'm always available, but I just thought, what a
Oh,
bummer. Just a bummer in the sense of even in how you taught us with oracle cards and when I teach my clients or people who are new, I'm like, build a relationship with the images in oracle docs are embedded often in our subconscious collective memory. There is a deeper soul remembering that comes from that super conscious place, that deeper, higher self place, that if we can just start to give ourselves some spaciousness, some imagination, it doesn't have to be right, wrong, good, bad, all or nothing. That brings in your own intuitive voice, your own listening, as opposed to just going outside of yourself to what does this card mean, that I find that whether it's ChatGPT or going to these different books, but of constantly reflecting outside of ourselves for what is right or what is the definition
exactly.
instead of what is true, what resonates, what might come
What does
through
it
for
spark in
me.
me? Like, what is the personal, intimate conversation?
Yeah. And
Not, it's not a boss telling you what to do.
no,
It's
no,
your
no.
inner self saying, hey, you forgot about me. Let me remind you of this. I'm here.
Yeah.
The best time to use oracles is when you really are not neutral. When you
Yeah.
can't,
Oh, yeah.
like when you're neutral, you might have be more, get that intuition flows more spontaneously. When you're not neutral, then it can be a great source of reassurance.
Oh,
could be a great source
fantastic.
of how to move forward. I always have my cards with me, and I love just randomly pulling one for coffee and
Yeah.
cards. It's a just
Coffee, same. It's one of my things that I do in the morning. And I often, what I'll do is I can pull a card. I have a tiny notebook that, as I've shared, one of my tools, 3 things I love about myself, 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that I'm proud of, as just a ritual to connect to my spirit. And then I pull a card, and I often will then jot it down. And sometimes if I'm really trying to, like, okay, I've got my card, and if I have some space, I'll use that as a meditation. I will put on a
yeah,
timer for a few minutes and just look at
really
it,
drop
or
in. Just
close my eyes, just drop in and really just see, not what's the answer, but if I just am resonant with this energy, what
right,
also surfaces. And
exactly.
it's it's such a fun practice. And with cards and oracle decks, when you find ones too that you love, it's like building a relationship.
Yeah, if you like them, they're speaking. I have a deck that's an old French deck. I have Italian decks. I have my original deck.
I
I
know.
have
I
I have
want
all
that.
my decks, and I just find that they talk, and each deck talked to me at a particular time in my life.
Mm,
That particular art and that particular vibration really resonated to where I was at the time. And I just feel like you can have multiple decks. It just helps you get out of your head and out of your biases, out of your,
your
called,
blinders.
there's something called naive realism. I was reading about this where you get into this headspace that what I know intellectually is all there is to know. Like my worldview is it.
God, I
And
love how science and like all of these things are just coming. It's like the terms are being updated for what we talk about all the time.
I know that's the new conversation, but I was thinking that's just, being a know-it-all, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was thinking sometimes even anybody can fall into a habit of what I know about a certain thing
Yeah. Yeah.
is the way it is. And so I had this friend who is really bugging me. And whenever something really bugs me, I know that it's something in me,
Right.
something that I have to do, or
Pete's
something.
coming in. I'm like, unless they're
Yeah.
really just the worst.
Yeah, right. Sometimes they really are just words. But she was
It's
bugging
true.
me.
It's true. It's
She
true.
wrote me an email, and it had all kinds of assumptions in it. So like I hear you're coming. I hear I guess you're here in the States, and blah blah blah. And I wish, come and see me. I don't know where she got her information
Info,
info, but it had nothing to do with reality. And
reality.
certainly had nothing to do with my reality as I'm sitting on the other side of the ocean, and a lot of implied you should be here and I know what you're going to talk about, and it's very irritating to me. And I thought, okay, if it's this irritating and it's just a pretty innocent, although a presumptuous email, there's nothing harmful in it. There was no
No,
harm intended.
no,
It bugged
no,
me. And I
no.
thought, okay, I'm going to pull a card on why I am so bugged. I am going
Hmm.
to pull a card. And I pulled the card of judgment. Like,
Mm,
okay, well, I'm being super judgy, my own little fifi moment. I thought, I am judging this this friend of mine because she's not me. She's doing it. She's living her world. She's living in a world that is so not mine. And it just irritated me that I thought, is that my own naive realism that you got to be in my world to be okay? You have to.
mm,
So it was really, I thought, I'm going to just not judge. I'm going to just use this card to put me in check. That being judgy was what was causing me to be irritated, not really her.
right,
More
right.
my judgy attitude and my little fifi indulgence there. And so I stopped. And I think the card served me. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people say, oh my God. I mean, not sometimes. Everybody's not familiar with Oracle. Say, what if I pull a bad card?
There are no bad cards.
Well, that's the point.
There are
There-
no bad cards.
I'm working with this one woman I'm mentoring, and she's really struggling with a lot of things in her life physically and big change.
Oh,
She pulled the death card and just nearly
freaked
screamed
out. I know. That's what I was just
out. And
thinking.
I said, that's such a good card.
It is.
She was not, I said, listen, look, the sun's rising in the back of that card. This is the card of the end of this story.
Change.
Change.
Good
And
change.
thank God, don't we want to end this saga? This is about ending you.
No
It's
one's literally dying.
exactly. I said, these are metaphors. These are symbols. These are images to talk about. Look, and it does teach you. These cards do teach you to think about things in metaphor, in symbol, and get out of the literal world. It's
Yeah.
so limiting to be always looking at everything as so literal.
Right. But it's just in that same way of where we've been conditioned, but if when we get out of the literal and where it's with those, it's the language of spirit.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah,
language of
thank
spirit.
you.
Like
Perfect.
spirit speaks
And
signs,
symbols and
symbols,
colors and
it's yeah,
metaphors, stories. So
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. It's the same thing. And also, I have a beautiful client who I just absolutely love that I'm mentoring with. She's just so wonderful, and she's been navigating her own stuff. And she says, she pulled a card, and I think it was one of the cards that she pulled me just from the conversation that we had was, I believe, yeah, it was boundaries. And it was just spot on. But the other thing is, just to the first point you were making, when we're emotional, and this is where I can get a card. When I'm really emotional, I want guidance, I'm triggered. I'm trying, I don't have the spaciousness. It's like I get to have another phone line,
Right.
another way
It's
that
like in the $1 million
bypasses
question. You get to have your
phone a
back
friend,
your phone
Regis,
call.
Regis Philbin,
Yes.
but you're like the best team in the whole wide world.
Yeah, really, that's a very good. It's like this is your backup call when you don't have the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's amazing is if you can just pause, just as your client was saying, it's like, I pulled an Oscar. Oh my gosh. If we pause and not let the emotion to the story that goes to the intellect, that goes to this is what this means. And even just opening into that place of being curious. I wonder, what do I see? What comes through? What is this first? If I'm not, what's the message? Like what other thing I love about many of your decks, including Ask Your Guides on my rotate, but is that it is very direct. Sometimes some of these older Rider Ray, but this just can get, it's just
So
so layered.
lovely, so
They're
layered. You don't
beautiful,
know
but
what
they're
they're saying.
so layered. And but it gives us, it's like a whole, almost like if you're an artist and you get a whole new bunch of paints and you get a new canvas and axle and easel, it's fun. And that's another beautiful thing with decks. It's just another channel, different decks, different things that
Well, it's
are
like candy. It's like opening a
ah,
box of candy. It's like, what do I get?
definitely.
What am I going to get?
And if you're going to pick an oracle deck, look at the images, look at the art, see what resonates.
Don't dive to the book.
And don't dive to the book, but even just start the process there with your own intuition instead of going into the comments or whatever. I mean, this is where I miss bookstores, like where I miss Transitions, or what was the one in Denver, the metaphysical bookstore?
Pattern cover.
Yeah, tattered cover because I always remember going in, just patchouli ripping. There's the thing in the air, and they'd have all the decks, and you get to pick them up and like rifle through them to just get a
Yeah.
feel. But just start there. Let me look at these different decks. Let me look at the art. Let me see what
Yeah.
resonates, as
Connect
opposed to
that
just go to
creative in
what's
you.
the deck,
Right.
what's the
Don't,
right deck.
there's not a right deck.
There's not.
Just
There's
which
not.
one is interesting to you? And it's again, we have been so robbed of our being able to trust our own impulses that the whole idea of a right deck, I always say to someone, for who? I
Yeah.
mean, your answers is you got to pick it, that there's some empirically right deck that you could possibly completely not choose is an illusion. Which is the right deck for you this week?
Yeah.
Next week is a different deck.
Totally. And
You
that's what's fun.
rotate them.
That's
See,
what's
that's
fun.
the linear left brain world is all or nothing, right or wrong. You get one shot, and if you didn't make it according to whatever someone else's,
Whatever. Yeah.
it's no fun.
No.
Don't play in
No.
that sandbox. No fun.
And isn't it fun when you pull just like the rest card or
Yes.
that it
And you
makes
just
for
love it
myself when they
because what
nail
it
me,
is,
makes me laugh. I'm like,
well,
ah,
what it does is it says, my friends are here.
totally.
My
Totally.
friends are here and they're really trying to get through. And thank God they gave me the urge to pull the card because they've been trying all day and I wasn't getting the memo. And
They're
finally,
trying every which
pull
way.
a
They're
card.
throwing you the
Card.
symbols. They're throwing you they're just
Honestly,
either using
finally,
every
I look at the
modality
deck and I
until
look
they're
at the
like,
deck again. Yeah, it's like, I got the memo.
oh,
Okay. I
oh
could see
my
the guys
gosh.
up there like, oh my God, finally.
I feel like I know.
Day to stop.
Laughing. They're laughing. They're just like
They're
load alone.
high-fiving when I pulled the rest card, like,
Well,
finally.
well, it reminds me of that joke of that the man, the man of faith, there was the floods. And he said,
Right.
"Don't worry, God will save me." And
And he sends
first,
the car and then the canoe, then the helicopter.
yeah, and then drowns and winds up at the gates of heaven. And like God's like, "We sang you a million
We
different."
tried. We were trying. So before we go, we need to do what you have coming up.
Well,
We
I
already,
just had one other thing, and I could just, which I laugh at. I know it's just me being a psychic Pisces babe, and also just such a, I just like an intensity. I don't even think I realized when I was little. We would go to, I remember, I don't know, we were in transition, Saturday books, but there was a bunch of the major arcana tarot keys as a necklace, like a little pendant. And I remember he said, "Okay, Sonia, you can pick whichever one, pick whatever one you want." Well, yeah,
yeah, you
here,
can
what's
pick
what one do
one
they
and
resonate with? And at this time, I was so young that I didn't really have a familiarity, so I picked. And you know what the card that I resonated with was probably so past life, the
yeah.
Tower card.
Oh, I was going to
I
say,
have
honestly, one of these.
I have, and okay, and for anybody who doesn't know, the Tower card is the it's the big boy.
It's the
Okay.
divine disruption.
It's the divine disruption. Things aren't working. We need to shatter something to build something new. Everybody out of the pool. We're starting fresh. We're
Yeah,
starting fresh. It's actually, again, a good card. I was still
yeah,
one of my favorite cards. But the implication of the Tower card is big, big changes coming. Big
yeah.
needed changes coming to be more in
But it
alignment.
could
And
catch you
here,
by surprise.
oh, for sure. For sure. Your tower moment is a moment when you just are like, everything feels like it can be falling apart. That's your tower.
Right.
And here I am, just a little choop, little 8-year-old.
With the tower. But I
And
let you have it. You
oh, of
pick.
course, of course. I remember you like, you want this one. There was no judgment. This one? I'm like, yep, that one, that one.
Oh my God.
But just even last thing, if you when you get a deck, don't crack it open and just first go
And
through
let
the
yourself
cards.
have some fun. You
Yeah.
play cards. It's a play thing. But playing is important opening to new inspiration.
Well, my
That's
one of
the
my
whole
favorite,
point.
yeah, and it's one of why I am such a big proponent of play, and especially in these worlds, it's not frivolous whatsoever. When we play, it's for me code where we move into the third space. It's not
Yeah.
right, wrong, good, bad, but it gives us the spaciousness to explore the to explore what's unexplored and make and build new connections.
Yes. It
It's
was,
and that is our
and
for me,
that's
that's
just, and so
guides, that's
easy.
angels, and then it's not, it's not school. It's like, okay. And my last thing I'll say on this, and this is one thing that I remember just in my lessons with you. Sometimes it's so funny when I'm on the podcast and I'm like, lessons with my mom. And I'm like, I'm literally talking to you right now in front of me. But go through open it up, go through the deck, see what card you love the most, like what you just resonate with, just what's something you're
Yeah.
drawn to. And then go through the deck and see what card maybe you resist.
Yeah, good idea.
Because
You
sometimes for
both have
me,
a message that
yeah,
corresponds to exactly what you're resisting in life.
yeah, they both can be good keys. And again, I'm going to encourage you just to practice. Don't go to the book. Maybe just look at it, meditate, and go to that deep place and see what bubbles up. And even if you're like, I'm getting nothing, as you always taught me, open up to your imagination.
Yes, make it up.
If I make it up, what is this saying? You could journal, you could write it down, you can say it out loud, and then just give it some space. It's not analyze.
Yeah,
And
give it some space to let the garden grow with that.
right. And let your own, you've planted it into your conscious, you planted it into your subconscious, you opened up and just see what bubbles up
Right.
from the bottom up instead of the top down. It's one of my other favorite little keys tools. And
Absolutely.
I love it. An instant. I feel like I should go pull a card myself for my day. Aren't you doing something with
Well,
cards?
I actually created a virtual oracle that you can come to on my website, but it's not up yet. But you can just come onto my website and you can pull a card for either. I created some categories if you want to get down there, like love and relationships, work and prosperity and security, purpose in life. Those are sort of the three main focuses of our life. And,
Yeah.
and I call it in the moment guidance. And it
Oh,
corresponds to my it corresponds to my trust your vibes deck.
ooh,
So I'm
another one
really
of my
excited.
favorites.
And I also have with it a little transmission I was guided to offer to remove obstacles, mental obstacles, and a guided meditation incorporate the card and really work
Mm.
with the card. So that's going to be
And a
coming up.
meditation, fantastic. Just what we were talking about.
I call it the Oracle Bundle.
Oh,
So you can go
I
to my
love it.
homepage and check it out in a couple of weeks. It'll be up in a couple of weeks. And that's kind of it's in the moment guidance. So it teaches you to not get in your head or
Right,
start inviting other people, that you
right.
go internally and get that guidance in the moment. So that will be up, and it's an opportunity if you don't have experience with oracles to be a good one to start with.
I love it. I can't wait to see. I believe I have every single one of your decks, even some of the ones from way, way, way back in the day. And I often, even on your own site, I'll use your apps because they do come in.
Well, they
They do
resonate,
come
they
in.
match your vibration.
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, let's see. I feel like we've had so many different things. Real quick, Mom, do you have anything coming up? I know you're going to be at Mind Valley. That's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, I'm going to be at Mind Valley and you're going to be in Montana, but after that, I think
Yeah.
we'll be looking for a little break after that.
Oh, I love, love, love that. I feel like for me, I'm going to be releasing a course soon, which I'm excited about. So definitely join my get on my mailing list. You can get my spiritual toolkit and also a free guided meditation. You'll be the first to know. I have a few spots open for mentoring over the summer. And as always, if you book a soul reading with me.
Oh God, that's such a good way to start the summer.
Yeah,
That was
such a
such
good
a good
way.
thing. Sonia, what is it? Sonia Tully?
Oh, go to, soniatelli.com. You can go click book an appointment and see. And if you're interested in mentoring, you can also, and I believe these are also in the show notes, you can book a free 15-minute discovery call if you're interested in my 3-month in-depth mentoring program. And plus, I love to connect with you. So it's always
And you
such
could
a
also mentor
delight.
people on how to work with oracles.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That
One of
is
my
such an
fave.
important, that can become such a strong inner compass too. So it's so fabulous. So go definitely treat yourself to a summer beginning with at least minimum a discovery call or your class. That would be so good.
I love it. Well, we'll keep everybody updated. Well, let's see. What's our tool of the week? We totally spaced on that.
Yeah. Well, I
It's been a
think our
minute,
tool of the
guys.
week, no,
It's
I
been a
think the
minute.
whole thing is the oracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tool of the week is get an oracle deck and work with an oracle deck and let yourself have that access to that world, that mystical, magical kind of very, very fun, non-literal, non-logical world. That would definitely be the tool of the week.
I love that. So get your Oracle deck, see what resonates. And
Are we going
now,
to do
as
it?
always, we have our question of the week. And if you'd like to write us, you can write us at it's all related podcast questions at gmail.com. And this week we have a beautiful question from our listener, April, who's actually right on time. Hi, Sonia, and Sabrina. I absolutely love your show. I just got my first deck of Oracle cards and I'm excited, but a little overwhelmed. How do I actually use them? Like, is there a right way to shuffle or pull a card? Or is it more about trusting my gut? I'm not so sure. Would love any insight.
Well, there you go, April. You're right there talking about the whole thing, but we didn't really get to the particulars. Teach their own, but I like to do the hand over hand shuffle where you're just kind of shuffling them in from one hand to the other, but you can spread them on a table and move them all around. There is no right way. The thing I don't think is to shuffle them like you're playing blackjack.
Right.
That shuffle is probably not the shuffle, but the shuffle of kind of taking them, cutting them in
The
half.
hustle?
The
Do the
hustle.
hustle shuffle?
Yeah, that works really well. And then from there, I actually think after a couple of times, you'll get your own calling. You'll get your own way. And that is one of the ways in which oracles can be very empowering is you decide how to make it work for you.
Absolutely. I feel like there is no right way to shuffle, but just even with your first question, it's getting a new deck. I've been looked at my other favorite ways to build a relationship is just shuffle them. Just bring them with you. Just shuffle them while you're watching TV. You can go hand over hand. You can mix them around. You can, because it'll also help you to build a relationship and an energetic relationship with
Yeah,
your
you
card
can
deck.
use those cards with your vibration, and your hands are connected, are extensions of your heart. So just, I've spent half of my life shuffling cards.
Yeah. And
Sitting and watching and meditating. It's just a very calming thing to do.
I know I do love watching you shuffle when every time we're together because you just are it's so automatic. So
Yeah.
that's a great way. Also, my other same thing is at the very beginning, just you can shuffle one. Another fun thing is you can, what I like to do as well, I fan them out. And then that same thing, I like to rub my hands together, close my eyes, and then just go over the deck and just see what card just starts to kind of pull at my energy.
Right.
And then you can just again pull and just even of that as a practice and tension in your heart space, just pull and see what comes up. And we did a whole episode on how to
How to
use
do
the
that. We're going
deck.
to have to.
We're gonna have to
We are
do
going to do another episode.
yeah. And from there just you can have different questions, different things, but I always like to just start with pull a card.
Yeah,
Just pull a
get
card.
familiar, pull a card, and let the deck talk to you a little bit.
Right. And just have that be that same practice. If we're putting up our antenna, we're putting down our antenna. What do I get? Maybe I can go to deck. But my biggest thing, especially have fun with it. Have fun. It's the portal, your intuition, your guides, your angels, your play. And I will encourage you if you're new, don't start with the deepest, most intense question that you have on your heart.
Right.
Just start with just start getting familiar.
Yeah.
Just start getting familiar.
You could just say, what would be good guidance for me today? That's
my question always. How's good today? It's message. Boom. Easy peasy, super simple. And I'm so excited for your journey, April. Thank you so much for your question.
Stay tuned because we'll do another one on how to use them.
Absolutely. And so as always, please don't forget you can write us. It's all related podcast questions at gmail.com. You can also send questions to my mom on Instagram and her messages, or even topics, things you'd like for us to also explore. We'd love to hear from you and let us know. Maybe we should do a live show. That could be fun.
I'm all for it. We'll have to get Sabrina off maternity.
Oh, for sure. When she's ready. We couldn't not have Bean. Hello.
Yeah, we'll do that. Good
I love
idea.
that. Well, I just love you so, so, so much. And we're getting back on the horse,
We're
folks.
back on the
We're
horse.
getting back. We went on vacation, back on the
Yes,
horse.
back in the flow. Man, I'm very excited because I missed doing this and missed our people.
I miss our people. I miss just talking to you. This is so much fun. You are just the best. I love you so much, Mom. I will have
Love
a
you,
beautiful rest of your
Dawn.
night. I'll see you next week. Oh, last, if you like a podcast, rate, subscribe, give us some stars. It means the absolute world to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.